Hey guys, so I just got a call from my friend Frank Zelenko. Those are always wondering, who's Frank? Frank Zelenko, the brother of Dr. Zelenko. Those of you guys interested, we have a podcast called Truth Fanatics. It's on this channel. Check it out. Also on Rumble. So he called me like an hour ago. And he was just like, he's like, dude, I don't know what to do. I don't even know what to do anymore with this whole Israel situation. He understood that it's, that they're doing like this whole thing is a ploy. All this stuff, whatever we're seeing, Bibi and Trump, they're doing everything as a ploy. Yeah. But the question is why? Why do you even need this ploy? Why can't you just do things? Like, everybody understands that, these people don't want peace, meaning, this guy Lee Kern, he said the best thing. He goes, if they are experiencing the G word, right? Genocide, then they're gonna want it to stop, right? And if they want it to stop, they'll take a deal. If they want a state, so-called state, they'll take a deal. If they want this, they'll take a deal. And if they don't take the deal, that just shows that they didn't want any of these things, and meaning that all these things are BS, and they're pretending to be going through these things and turn themselves into the victim, professional victims, and they're full of shit. Yeah. And they just want to unalive anybody who's not a Muslim. But the thing is, like, everybody understands that, right? So why go through this whole, charade? Why go through all of this? I told Frank, Hashem wants to show us by this process that at the end of the day, it's better to trust in Him than trust in people. So Frank came back and said, well, those who understand will understand, and those who don't understand are going to continue not to. I said, you don't know that. You don't know that. Again, like I said earlier today, I said, if you guys look at the history of Israel, Hashem pushes us to where He wants us to go. Whether it looks bad, whether it looks good, He pushes us to where He wants us to go. If He wants us to have more land, He gives us more land. It's just a matter of, like, are we makabel that? Like, are we going to accept what He gives us, or we're not? Yeah. It's really that simple. It seems like we do sometimes, and then we stop short. Folks, I sometimes think about the history of Israel, of modern Israel, right? It's almost like it's like a form of unrequited love, like, it looks like something is going to happen, something good, something positive, and then one of the people in the relationship, or both, does something to sabotage it, and then you say, you talk to some of, both of the people, or one of the people, and they'll say, oh yeah, the one that got away, yeah, that could have worked if only we had said like this, if only we had done like this, If only we had understood like this. And I feel like, guys, that's Israel. And you could say, well, there's some people who will say, I think, there's other forces at play. There's forces in the Israeli government that deliberately sabotage it, that are nefarious, that are sinister, that don't want, Jewish history to be driven forward. They don't want the Geulah, the process of Geulah, to be driven forward. So they stagnate the situation, right? The process. Deliberately, they stagnate it. And despite the fact that they stagnate it, Hashem allows things to go on. He allows, for example, and I've seen it with my own eyes, Jews to build communities in Judea and Samaria. He allows, vineyards to be planted. He allows wine to be made all over that area. Hashem gives a haskama on many things. Many, many, many things. Despite people's, this is what I was trying to tell Frank, despite people's actions and or words, So the point is, guys, Bibi and Trump and whomever, right? As much as I understand that they're trying to do something here, I get it, but not that I like it. I don't like it at all. But no matter what people do, no matter what politicians do, at the end of the day, folks, there's people, the people of Israel, the people of whatever country, right? In this case, Israel. They live on the land, right? And they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to put facts on the ground. It's the way it's going to be. And it's going to continue to go. And it's not going to stop. That's why, at the end of the day, who cares about annexation? Really, who cares about that? What I mean is, again, a friend of mine has said it perfectly, who lives in a fraud. He said, okay, you can annex till the cows come home. But, okay, you still have enemies in your land. So you can annex. Who are you annexing? What are you annexing? And then you're going to create, and then you're going to, graft the existing bureaucracy of the state of Israel into this area. He goes, right now, in order to build something in Judea and Samaria, it's a quicker process for approval than it is in what's called inside, in what's called Israel proper, right? 2.5 years less of a wait. So he's like, why the hell would I want to get all the bureaucracy with and none of the benefits? You know what I mean? Versus no benefits. So, folks, it's gonna continue. It doesn't really matter. The Jewish people are gonna continue to be fruitful and multiply in the land of Israel. They're gonna continue to have the most kids per family in the developed world. Which is a fact in the OECD countries, what's called the OECD. That's going to continue to be a thing, and this is what I would tell my friend Frank, to so to speak, cheer him up. And I think Hashem is going to push us to where He wants us to go. He's not, Hashem is not going to let this crisis go to waste. God Himself will not allow this crisis to go to waste. This is what I think. No matter what, men concoct, they think they can, outflank each other or whatever it is. Play the little chess games with each other, whether it's one-dimensional chess, checkers, 5D chess, however many dimension chess they think they're playing. Whatever. Alright guys, that was my little pep talk for this evening. Words of Rabbi Kessin. We'll see what happens.